Mog, your face looks like a pair of testicles with lipstick on it.
You smell like a rotting intestine. Hello there, welcome to your Geekly News, a look back on the nerdy news this week. I'm Maud Garrett, and I gave a shit when I got dressed this morning.
But apparently you don't give a shit about your emails because the email went out last week that it's Casual Friday. And I'm Steve Zaragoza. As you may know, legendary actor Christopher Lee passed away earlier this week. He was 93 years old. Lee's film career spans decades, notably playing the supremely evil wizard Saruman in the Lord of the Rings films.
And if you're a Star Wars fan, you'll know him as Count Dooku, aka Darth Tyrannus. He actually took on Jedi Master Yoda, who claimed him to be our greatest student, our greatest failure, in the epic showdown that happened in Attack of the Clones. It's got a little dust on my shoulder there, just nailing that.
That was incredibly brave of you to use your real voice here on the show. Never thought you'd do it. Lee also played an impressive amount of famous villains and popular literary characters such as Count Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, Bond villain Francisco Scaramanga, Lord Summerisle from the original Wicker Man, and was also knighted in 2009.
Fellow Lord of the Rings actor Elijah Wood tweeted his condolences, saying, "You're an icon, a towering being with stories for days. We'll miss you."
Director Peter Jackson, who also worked extensively with Lee on the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit films, had a touching and heartfelt write-up on his Facebook page honoring the man. And there's a link down in the description for you to check that out.
In lighter news, it seems that even the juggernaut that is Disney can flop it like it's hot.
Dear God.
With Tomorrowland, starring George Clooney, losing the studio a whopping $140 million. Keep in mind though, Disney does own Lucasfilm, Marvel, Pixar, and Walt Disney Animation. So what's a cool $140 million to them?
Couch coins.
Good on them for being able to take a risk and it not bankrupting them.
Although it is worth noting that this is the third big budget original concept movie that's taken a devastating plunge down the money toilet this year alone, with Seventh Son and Jupiter Ascending also bombing at the box office. Speaking of extinct, ferocious lizards...
We are not talking about that at all.
Well, you are sitting right next to me, aren't you?
I am, but I don't...
A juicy rumor has been circulating on the interwebs involving everyone's favorite universally loved A-lister Chris Pratt and everyone's universally breath-baited Universal Studios film, Jurassic World. The rumor in question? Is Pratt playing the grown-up version of the slack-jawed, wide-eyed brat from the original Jurassic Park that Dr. Alan Grant scares the shit out of in front of a bunch of adults? What was a child doing at a fragile scientific dig site anyway?
Once again, you make zero attempts to hide your irrational distaste of children. And as always, it's deeply concerning. Is it daddy issues, or did someone hurt you?
No, you did, multiple times, with that tiny blade you keep in your boot.
Movie website /film did a great little write-up examination of the rumor in question, adding that Grant does indeed frighten the child with the tale of a raptor attack. Remember, he can slice you. Here, oh, knife!
Oh, you get that tiny blade away from me!
And you know what? He attempted to teach the little kids some respect, and perhaps he does, by learning everything he can about the creatures, and eventually getting a job working closely with them in Jurassic World.
Now, perhaps this is all just fun fan speculation, but what does director Colin Trevorrow have to say about the rumor? Simply this: I'm not sure I want to answer because the speculation is so much fun. Let's not kill the fun. Ha ha ha, cheeky. So that's a no. Definitely a case of fans making a property more fun with speculation. Lost.
I hope that cough kills you one day.
It will, along with you, because you have it as well. It's very contagious. It's called tuberculosis.
And now in gaming news, Facebook's $2 billion purchase, virtual reality Oculus Rift, conducted a live presentation in San Francisco yesterday, unveiling the headset 3 years after the first prototype was showcased.
Now, interestingly, they did not reveal the price of the sleeker-looking headset, instead focusing their boring presentation on the partnership Facebook has made with Microsoft, meaning it will run on Windows 10 for your Xbox One and will be available in the first quarter of next year.
Steve, usually I'd say you're being a complete asshole here, but it's true. During one part of the presentation, the speaker could barely keep his eyes open. You would think that a company that strives to be hip and groovy with the kids would have a more exciting showcase.
But we get it. We often have the same problems here in the studio with our very own field correspondent, Sam Basher. Sam, is today particularly difficult for you to stay awake, you pesky narcoleptic?
Oh, riveting stuff.
Really? I feel like you mispronounced the word terrifying. And finally, in what we can only call television's equivalent of a clickbaity move, it turns out the fastly spread news of television's it couple Homer and Marge of The Simpsons to calling it quits may not be all as it appears.
It seems reports on not only this huge divorce, but the rumor of their own son, Bart Simpson, dying are all false, according to the showrunner and executive producer of the show, Al Jean, who's kindly asked fans to stop freaking the f*** out.
In a bid to squash these rumors, the official Simpsons Facebook page posted this picture of Bart Simpson, scrawling lines on the blackboard, as he does, but this time saying Homer and Marge are not breaking up. Well, whew, I was worried about that show I watched religiously every week.
Your sarcasm smacked me in the face. Al Jean then tweeted himself, "I did not say Marge and Homer are breaking up. I said they're bigger than Jesus." Oh, can you feel the power?
Well, weigh in, nerdlings. Did you buy this bullshit? Do you weep for Disney and their billions lost?
Do you really think that Pratt is the kid Brat in Jurassic Park? And are you getting the gist of the rift? That's all we have for in this episode of your Geekly News. And remember, when we know, you'll know.
Thanks a lot for watching. Can't walk with this goddamn demon! I'm gonna need a crucifix to repel you.
Give me the drive, Raina. Those awesome new apparel designs belong to the people.
Never!